So, for most people in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM, the point guard is the most important position. The point guard is basically the main guy, the first player to touch the ball on most people's teams. And in general in 2K, it's always a rule of thumb. Like, honestly, I think it is that if you've got a good point guard, if you've got a point guard that you can more than compete with, you have a chance in a game. If you know how to use your point guard, if you know how to run through them, you will always have a chance. The point guard will always be that most important position. Obviously, a lot of positions matter. You're going to need cones, but even getting that primary ball handling point guard is going to be, and you're going to be fine. Just get a good point guard and you'll be okay. However, there's obviously a lot of different ways people can use the point guard, especially because there's a lot of primary two guards now, like the likes of Tracy McGrady. So in this video, we are going to be talking about, in my opinion, what are the best point guards you can get. We're going to go talk about 4 different budgets. So I'm going to focus a little bit less on the overall because I talked about them in yesterday's video. But we're going to be going the ultra cheap. These are cards you can often pick up for 1500 MT or less. These cards are ultra cheap. And then we've got cheap, which is around like say 1500 to about 8-10k depending on when you buy them. Then we're going for the mid-tier players, which is up to around like 35-ish k. And then we're going to be talking about the top tier, the best of the best. Obviously in yesterday's video, you guys should know who I'm putting, or more likely going to put into the top tier. However, at the end of the day, it is all personal preference, especially what gen you are on. Like, the gen you are playing on makes a big, big difference. I'm going to base this solely on current gen. Because again, not only do I not know enough about the next gen game, the vast majority of people, considering the fact that, again, Park is completely empty on this gen, it's very difficult to find a MyTEAM game. I would assume that very few people have the gen. So, anyway, now we're going to get on to talking about the players. So, this is the longest it has ever taken me to load back into the menu on this gen. Like 4 seconds. So, at the ultra cheap tier, this is a tier that there's a few good players. So, first of all, this is a guy that you can get him for cheap a lot of the time, and it's Patrick Beverley. So, right now, Pat Bev, you can see him right here, no bids there. Like, you can get him more often than not for under 1000 MT. Does not I already have my point guard sorted, but again, 1950 MT. This dude here is less than 1000 MT. And for this price, you are getting a 6'1" point guard, so a little bit undersized. His release is not awful. It's not great, but it's not awful either. His dribble sigs, he's got Pro 6 as far as I'm aware, which is awful. His behind the back is awful, so he's not going to be an offensive player. But for 1000 MT, you're getting gold defensive layer, gold clamps, gold heart crusher, gold ankle braces. So you're getting an elite defender with silver catch and shoot and bronze corner specialist. So overall, you're getting a really, really nice player there in terms of defense. And if you want a little more speed, but with the same defense, but a little bit less shooting. So Pat Bev, obviously, he's not the fastest card in the world, but his jumper is pretty nice. Like, I forgot to go over his ratings, just went over his badges. Like, he does have an 82 3-point shot, but no mid-range shot. Can't really dunk the ball. Decent enough handle, but a great defensive player. If you want to sacrifice a little bit of the shooting for an overall better card for similar price, Mo Cheeks is the guy for you. Again, you can pick up Mo Cheeks for around a 1000 MT, and he is an absolute steal. Only problem with Mo Cheeks is he can't shoot. Can't shoot the 3. 70 rated 3. It's a problem. But the difference is, like, 97 perimeter defense. He's got, like, 96 lateral quickness, 96 on-ball steal tendency. He's also got goal quick for step, as far as I'm aware. He does, so he's really, really nice, especially if you are on a budget. Handles for days, gold. He's got clamps, gold. Dimer, does he get any of the new badges? He gets relay passer, bullet passer, special delivery. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the ankle, the one that stops the ankle breakers, which is a little bit frustrating, but sure, look, he's fine. He's fine. He's a really good defense player. And then we're looking at flat out scores. It's a dude that I have. And we're looking for ultra cheap. I'm not sure what price this Lillard card is, but you can often pick up Lillard for less than 2000 MT. Like 1700. Like, he is less than 2000 MT. And the big thing with Dame is why I use him. Next gen, clamps is not as important as it was last gen. I'm telling you that right now. Like, I've played against Donovan Mitchell so many times. Yes, blow-bys happen. The animation is not the same. The game is being played slightly different. You don't get the, like, animation where you basically hook the player and go by them. So, yes, it is much better to have clamps than not have clamps, but not having it isn't as much of a death sentence as it was in previous gen. So, if you're looking at Lillard, 40 gold badges, or 40 silvers. And those 40 silvers, he's got Heat Seeker, which actually, it's basically like Showtime. But he's got blinders. He got the step back 3 badge. If you guys don't know, step back and leaning 3s go in at such a high rate. He's got deep 3 silver. As well as that, he's got quick first step, set shooters, who's great off to catch when he's open. He's got sniper as well. Deadeye, stop and pop. He's got every shooting badge of silver. He's the best offensive player I've used this year. His behind the back's not great, but on this current gen, on this gen right here, the best offensive player I've used. But we got last gen, he's still a god. And the big reason with him why he's so good on last gen is because his behind the back wasn't patched. He got Pro 5 behind the back. It's like, the difference is, and like thinking with Dame, why I prefer him over Steph, is not only can he shoot the 3, he can dunk the ball. Silver quick first step, he's got good enough speed. Like, he's a beast. He's a beast. He's definitely better on next gen than current gen. But I'm telling you, I was using him for the longest time on my current gen nobody spent account. But he's offensively, he's good. He's one of the best current day cards, and he is more than good enough to be used. Better on next gen, but still great on current gen. I just realized, like, I definitely should be going over these cards on current gen. But yeah, so Lillard is a really, really good one. That's kind of like our ultra cheap one, like cards you can get for on a given day for under 1,000 MT. Now we are going to go on to the cheap players. So for the cheap players, the defensive player, the best defensive cheap player is without question Chris Paul. Chris Paul is a beast. Is he worth like 5.5k? For me, not really. On last gen, he is definitely good. He's definitely good. He's definitely like a much better version of Pat Bev. That's basically what you're getting. But 5,300. Just look at the badges. 27 silver, 17 gold, 3 bronze. Like, that is insane. Like, the badges he has, he's got like Giant Slayer, quick first step, stop and go, unpluckable, green machine, relay passer. He's got catch and shoot as well, silver clamps. He's got heart crusher silver, trapper, interceptor silver. He's also got like blinder, hot shots, handles for days, set shooter, dead eye, sniper. He's got ankle braces as well if you're playing on next gen. So he's just a fantastic card as well as that. Good 3-pointer. Release isn't great. It's not awful though. He's got good ball handle, and a good steal, good perimeter defense. Great perimeter defense, sorry, of 89. Really good speed, ball, and acceleration. And honestly, he's just a massive upgrade on a... He's basically a massive upgrade in Emo Cheeks. Not quite as good defensively, but not far off. But he's so much of an upgrade on offense. Chris Paul is really good this year. Trust me, he's really, really good. Now we're going for like... If you are a 3-hunter. If you're a 3-hunter, I don't like this card. But if you're a 3-hunter, pay the like 8k for Curry. Like, is he worth more than 5k? No. But for 8k, you're still getting Steph Curry. Especially current gen. I'm telling you now, Steph is better on current gen than Steph is on next gen. But you've got the Curry slide, which you can spam. 87.3. He's got an 86 handle. Stats are horrendous, but he's still got the Curry release, Curry slide, and 41 silvers. And those silvers, if you are on next gen, he's got Circus 3s, Deep 3 silver. Does he get Sniper? Silver quick first step. He gets Sniper on next gen, Stop and Pop on next gen. So again, he's going to be a beastly shooter, and his dribble sigs are really, really nice. So again, none of his dribble sigs have been nerfed on next gen, and he's obviously got all the shooting badges. But man, on current gen, this guy's even better. If you are having a bunch of success with Steph Curry, or the Amethyst Steph, and you want to save a bit of MT, downgrading the Amethyst Steph to a Ruby Steph is smart. But definitely not a card that I would use. I just think his defense is so weak, especially on current gen. But he is if you are a 3-hunter, he is objectively the best 3-hunter at that kind of cheap tier for around like 6-7k MT. And the overall best cheap point guard it's this dude right here. It's Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers for like 2,000 MT. You could honestly put Doc Rivers into the ultra cheap point guards, and for this price, he's insane. He's insane for his price. I'm sorry, he's ridiculously good. He's got gold, dime, or pickpocket. If I've called gold badges a Hall of Fame at any stage in this video, I apologize. Pickpocket, giant start, downhill, quick first step, relay passer, special delivery, floor general. As well as that, like, if you're looking at next gen, he's got ankle braces, but he's got bronze clamps as well, which is huge. I actually bought one with a couple of badges. I only paid a little over 2,000 for him. But still, he's got like really, really good badges. The fact that he's got like clamps help so much on defense on current gen. Like, if you are playing on current gen, trust me, he's going to be great because of that clamps badge. That's going to be a big, big factor for him. And if you're on next gen as well, his dribbling feels even smoother. His release is terrible next gen, but his dribbling and everything feels smoother. He's the best overall budget point guard, in my opinion, in this game. Now we are on to the mid-tier point guards. So mid-tier, we're going to start off with... There's no real, like, lockdown mid-tier point guards that I just don't think are... Well, that are... It's a weird one. There's not that many, like, absolute lockdown ones that are as good as a Beverly or Cheeks even, but there's so many really good defenders that are way better on offense. One player, a bit of an asterisk here. The best overall mid-tier player to run at the point guard position is Donovan Mitchell, especially if you can get him badged out. If you can get a badged out Donovan Mitchell for around that 40k, he's a steal. Mitchell's got really good sigs, off quick first step. He can get range extender. Also got next gen. He's got posterizer, which is huge. He's got space creator, sniper as well. Next gen. He's got bronze clamps. You can upgrade basically every badge. He dunks on everybody. Really good 3-point shot. Good ball handle. Really good on defense. Super quick. He is the best in that kind of mid tier. The only reason why there's an asterisk there is that he's a 2 guard, so he's not going to be on this list. But I have to mention that he is the best player to run if you're looking at this mid tier point guard. And now we're going to go on to the actual point guard. So first up, I'm just going to put Rubio in as defensive, to be honest. Like, for around that like 10k MT range, you're getting a really, really good card in Rubio. So his release is really nice. I'm a big, big fan of his release. He's got Hall of Fame relay passer, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure that is it flashy passer becomes relay passer? I'm not entirely sure which one that is on current gen. I need to learn all them, what way badges translate. But he's got dimer, which is great. He's got silver clamps, gold quick first step. And again, with silver clamps and gold anchor brace on next gen, he's going to be locked down. He's got stop and go, space creator, handles for days. So again, really nice stats overall. He's got only an 83 ball, but his release is Kenny Smith, so it's a really nice release. He can't dunk, but he's got really good speed, really good lateral quickness, and overall, I think is a really, like, he's not top tier, but he can compete with the top tier guys. As well as that, you can occasionally find one of him up with range extender. I'm just gonna check to see which extra goal badge is it a good one. Well, there's no range here, or limitless 3, or what's it, deep 3s. So yeah, Rubio is really, really good. And now we're going to go for like the kind of slashing point guard. And this is a card that is, I think he's in, oh no, he's in Flash, That has kind of gone under the radar. I don't know why he's gone under the radar, but for like 15k, Richie Guerin's insane. Like, he's unbelievable for his price. And like, I was full on hyped on this guy at the very start. And he's just gone very under the radar. So I'm just gonna see if this one has a quick first step, I might actually buy him. So he has one problem. And it's that I'm pretty sure he does no quick first step. So like, if you're looking at his badges and stuff, he's got no quick first step, which is his only real problem. And that's a very expensive badge. But he's got Hall of Fame solidity. He's got goal catch and shoot, goal corner specialist, really good release in base 4, which is even better on next gen. He's got, I'm pretty sure blinders is steady. He's got clamps of silver. Next gen even better with like sniper and stuff. And yeah, just really, really good SIGs overall. I actually think he might have the Pro 6 behind the back, which might be grim on next gen. But he's got a good 3-ball, a really good driving dunk, good handle, a really good defender. Again, no quick first step is a bit of a problem, but if you know what you're doing, you can be more than good with this card. Or if you can find one of him. Again, there was one of him with silver quick first step for basically the same price as a normal card. So it's very easy to find someone with a quick first step badged up and Richie Guerin. So he can't get range, no. But if you can get quick first step on him, he is a beast. Then in just overall, because of how good this guy is off rip, overall I'm going to put in a dude that I actually got for fairly cheap, and it is Steve Francis. So Steve Francis for 10k MT is a god. Like, for his price, he is an absolute god. For mid tiers overall, like, just look at what he has. He's got Hall of Fame highlight film, which surely this is Showtime. Surely this is equivalent of Showtime. But he's got like catch and shoot. He has bronze range extender. He's got dead eye. He's got green machine, hot zone under volume shooter. He's got bronze clamps as well, which are 2 big badges. Next gen, he's got bronze posterizer, bronze circus 3s as well. I would assume that's difficult shots. He's got silver quick first step. He's also got Handles 3 days, which is a really, really nice badge to have. He's got Curry Slide, which on current gen is even better than his on next gen. He's got an 83 ball, an 82 mid-range, a 95 driving dunk. He's also got a really, really nice release. So he will hit an awful lot more than you'd expect, while having pretty okay, not great perimeter defense, pretty okay lateral quickness of 85. Really good speed to your ball and acceleration. And funnily enough, Dame Lillard is here as well. He is like a much better Dame Lillard. That's basically what he is. He's like a much better Dame Lillard. And especially if you're playing on current gen, the bronze clamps badge is massive. I have yet to use him on next gen, but just looking at his badges, he is definitely a better player on current gen. He's not only good current gen, because he still has a lot of great things for next gen, but current gen, he's the best mid-tier point guard in my opinion. Best mid-tier primary point guard. Donovan Mitchell's still better, but he's better than all the other ones not named Donovan Mitchell. And then we are going to top tier. So what I don't advise anyone to do is buy. It's hard to explain these type of players, but they're like the 70 to 80k MT players, unless one of the guys I mentioned is here. So like the examples I'm going to give are, I don't advise anyone to buy like a Dame Lillard. He's just too expensive for what he's worth. This Dame Lillard, not the Emerald Dame, or not Emerald, Ruby Dame Lillard. He's more expensive than what he's worth. Other guys, I think he's in Idols. Russell Westbrook. Like Westbrook again, for 50 something K. Like this is just a bad buy. Donovan Mitchell is just better. He's just better, especially when you get a badge up. You can get Donovan Mitchell badged up. He's just better. Westbrook at 55k is not as bad a price as I initially thought, but he's still probably not worth it because of the silver quick first step. I'd much rather get 90% of what you're getting a Westbrook or Steve Francis. Now we're on to the top tiers though, and if you guys are a rim runner, there is only one. There's only one player that you guys can use as your best point guard, and it's John Wall. 3 John Walls on the market, super rare. He's got dimer, quick first step, acrobat, can shoot the ball a little bit, pretty decent defender. But the big thing about John Wall, 96 speed, basically it. And I'm pretty sure he gets Pro 1 behind the back, which is even better in next gen. So he's an unbelievable card in both gens, the best rim runner by a mile. I talked about him a lot in my video yesterday. Then, if you want a 3 hunt, I mean, a range extender, Darren Williams is number 1 no matter what. Like, if you can manage to find, is this a range extender, Darren? This is a gold clamps. No, the dude's trying to finesse by not putting range extender on, charging extra. But like, if you can go and get yourself a range extender Darren Williams, you're looking at probably the best 3 hunting point guard that you can buy in the auction house. Because he's got Curry Slide, especially current gen. Darren Williams is not that good next gen. I'm telling you this right now, he's not good next gen. I would never use this guy next gen because both base 22 and the Curry Slide. Basically, a Curry Slide, you can't spam it anymore. The profile behind the back is gone and base 22 is slow. But, there is a but. On current gen, it's a no-brainer. He's a beast. He's an absolute beast. Paying the 100k or so for him over the 50k for Westbrook is a no-brainer. If you do have unlimited MT and you are looking for the best of the best, a range extender Darren Williams is the best 300 point guard you can buy. Obviously, getting a Steph is way better, but for cards you can buy, Darren Williams is number 1. And then just overall, and I'm starting to like this guy more on current gen. And for most, depending on your playstyle, like most people would say John Wall is number 1 because most people have the most success rim running. But I mean, just in a card that suits every playstyle, I'm putting John Stockton as my number 1 point guard you can buy for most people. But it's a really close one. It is a really, really close one. So this John Stockton here is super juiced. Hall of Fame range extender, 42 golds. This John Stockton is unreal. But if you can manage to find yourself a John Stockton with gold range extender, you really do need him on gold range. I will say that, like, you gotta put him on that on gold range at least. If you can find one of him for that, you've got a guy who not only shoots the lights out, is a Hall of Fame range extender one, but has got catch and shoot gold, is a lockdown defensive player, got great tendencies, a player that's really good on both gens, which is important for some people. You've got a 90 driving dunk, which is insane. a really great 3-ball. Release, which is fantastic. Super good on defense, super quick. He dunks it on everybody. Great laterally. Like, he is, in my opinion, I prefer him to wall by a mile, but I don't really rim run. If you are a rim runner, wall will be your best. And especially on next gen, I can have to put Stockton in this 3. And I think in just overall, in terms of just how many things you can do, I'm going to put Stockton over wall. But it's a very, very close one for point guards you can buy. They're both incredible. But Darren Williams, current gen, especially because most of you guys are watching it are current gen, Darren Williams has to be in that conversation current gen. He's unbelievable, but he's not as good next gen. I will say that. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the video. That is going over all of the point guards. Well, the best point guards at every different price range. And also talking about the different kind of play styles and what specifically I do. Because as always, like, how a person plays decides whether a card is good or not. For example, even on last gen, if you don't like the 3 hunt and you want to just run, John Wall is a million times better than Darren Williams. If you like the 3 hunt, Darren Williams is a million times better than John Wall. So it all comes down to play styles, which is why I tried to talk about as many different play styles as possible and what cards would be best for different play styles. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.